Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently trading at 41,483, up 0.32%. Ethereum currently trading at 2585, up 5.7%. I've hidden knowledge gems throughout this video. Unless you watch to the end, you'll miss them. See how many you can find. We can see Axie Infinity is actually decreasing in price 6.93%. This is quite common. When something rallies before a big rally in Bitcoin, or indeed in the market, it often retraces when the market starts to go forward. That's a first little gem for you. If you're new to the channel, everything I do for you is free. Twice a day, 7 days a week, I share my experience as a full-time technical trader with over 20 years of experience. I do this to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Let's get into it. Back in episode 131, we were introduced to Crypto Golem. Crypto Golem was hunting for his precious. With $50,000 of his life savings, he came to you and asked if you could just pick out 3 cryptos for him to give you that money to invest on his behalf. Golem's come to you with a few questions. He wants to know what 3 you picked, why you picked them. He's asking specific questions. For example, what's the market opportunity? What's the underlying technology? Who's on the core team? What is the token economics of that particular alt? How has it been performing? What's the progress roadmap like? How active is the GitHub repository? Is there any ecosystem that supports that alt? These are all really important questions to understand when you put your hard-earned money into any particular alt. Into the Block has some good data. This is quite good. Holders making money at the current price. This is for Ethereum right now. 92% of Ethereum holders are in the money. 6% of them are at loss. Concentration by large holders is 42%. There are some tokens out there that exceed 95%. That means that a few people own basically the entire amount and they're just feeding it to investors. That's really dangerous. You want a low concentration of holders if you can get it. There's a lot of other things here that can help. It's also important to look into the health score of any particular alt that you're dealing with. If it has very low health, it's probable that it could fail. You don't want a rug pull. There's a lot of other data that you can actually look through. I would suggest you have a look first at CoinMarketCap. It has a lot of really cool analysis. Read the white paper is also really good. If you go to the overview section, there's a lot of data here that is really helpful, like what it is, who are the founders, why is it unique, all sorts of various data points that you can find interesting. On the other side, having an understanding of the statistics, the trading volume, how dominant it is, the market rank, the market cap, there are a number of things that you should keep your eye on. Some of those relate to circulating supply, total supply, and max supply. If you've picked alts outside the top 100, it's quite possible that they get subject to a rug pull. That means 100% of the money disappears overnight. That's why it's really, really important to pick strong alts. Look at this, cryptos, 11,122. The top 100 have made it there for a reason. They're quite safe. Well, as safe as a crypto can be. You know how volatile cryptos are. Rule 174, T-cube, trend, timing, trigger. We're going to look at timing now. We're using the KS method for timing. The first thing we do is look through the news with the eyes of someone who doesn't know much about crypto, just starting. We're looking for positive and negative. Bitcoin Cash, Cosmos, VeChain, price analysis. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. Hiked by 8%. Oh, that could be positive. Here's what Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink investors should... Yeah, I don't know. Multi-billion-dollar hedge fund, Golden Tree. Ooh, like Goldfinger out of James Bond. Unnamed sources, something. Well, it must be good. It's Golden Tree. Panic is suddenly spreading among... I thought everything was fine. Now I've got to panic? Oh no, I need to read the article. I'm scared already. Bitcoin surges past 40,000. Fantastic. Oh, rallies past 42. Well, that's even better. What you should know about Paraguay, push to become, Bitcoin miners. That's really nice. Bitcoin sellers disbelief. Price, disbelief. Leader of Nigerian crypto stakeholders body welcomes, well, that's got to be very good. Popular analyst says something is good. Most upside. That's very positive. Let's have a look at this Forbes article. That sounds a bit scary. This particular writer is saying because of the $550 billion bipartisan infrastructure bill seeking to raise $28 billion from crypto users, some warn that it could kill the industry. Highly unlikely. My goodness, there's so much fear, uncertainty and doubt, and so much fear of missing out in the markets all the time. Be really careful with your levels of fear. It's really important to look at the news with, for example, one eye closed, one ear closed, and half your brain turned off. There are news stories that have signal, but a lot of it is noise, and a lot of it is designed to basically freak you out. But that volatility is quite good in some ways. For example, if we look at Bitcoin associated to gold and the S&P 500, the stock market, Bitcoin's doing quite well at 261% for this year. Gold is down 9%, S&P 500 is up 34%. We can see that there's billions of dollars of settlement volume currently in the past 24 hours. 841,162 active addresses, and the mining reward is around 38 million. Let's have a look at crypto total market cap. Total market cap is sitting at $1.625 trillion, just up here. It's on a tear. Now, what do we know about price? Price is always moving in a wave. It's going up, then down, up, then down. What do we expect here? What is the probability telling us? We would expect a wave down. That's just normal price behavior. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's technical analysis. Bitcoin is currently trading at 41,443. We can see it's doing quite well just under this very, very key structural resistance line. Now, one piece of news is that $550 billion infrastructure bill. They're voting on it today. It has a provision for crypto tax enforcement. We need to look more closely at that. We'll have more details shortly, but that could cause certain traders and investors to think, well, I've done fairly well here, I might book some profits, and cause a downward move. Let's keep our eye on things. Resistance above is 41,555 and 42,380. There's structural support at 40,741 and 40,142. Just maybe something to help you out. I am a technical trader. I'm not a hodler. Now, what that means is that I'm always looking for these sharp spikes to sell and retracements to accumulate. Bitcoin is in a very good uptrend. For the time being, if you're an investor, a hodler, you want to hold, I would recommend that you do so. If you want to learn how to trade, maybe take some money, 10% of your portfolio, something like that, and then just learn slowly. Get to understand the rules about trading and how to do things. I always recommend concentrating in on the top ones when you're starting. Bitcoin and Ethereum have more than enough volatility to completely look after you in terms of returns. One thing that might help you, when I look at charts like this, all of these lines for me have buy orders on them, and they're not small. When I look at a chart, I'm saying, okay, price is negatively biased. I'm trying to catch a spike that goes down. The overwhelming perspective on Bitcoin is that it's going up. We found the low. I basically called the low around 2 months ago at around 30,000. That's proving to be the case. But the really important thing is, if you're trading, you always need to lower your average buy price. If you're investing for the long term, you need to buy on the reddest day that you can find. Don't just pick a Monday each week. Just try and pick a blood red day. That's the best day you could ever dollar cost average in, and probably the last thing you would want to do. But success is counterintuitively. That is a real gem inside the markets. Success is counterintuitive. Another gem for you is Rule 85. All trading is probabilistic. And you say, Cam, but I'm not trading, I'm holding, I'm hodling. Anytime you buy or sell, you're trading. It's really important that you learn how to trade. You'll know how to trade because you can sleep well at night. It takes a while. I've been doing it for over 2 decades. I am doing my best to transfer my skills to you, but it's going to take time. I'm giving you my secret rules, my secret playbooks, how I look at charts in an attempt to help you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. As you can see with the golem example, it's really good to dig more deeply. This is from BitInfo charts. Let's just scroll down a little bit, or maybe we just go page by page. That could be cool. Okay, we can see Bitcoin sent in the last 24 hours, $12 billion. Bitcoin sent average per hour over the last 24 hours, $502.7 million. Average transaction value, $63K. Median value, about $700. Median comes down to where a particular point is in a distribution. I'll get into that a little bit later. I just want to keep this particular episode pretty tight. A bit of fun here. Reward last 24 hours, $42.6 million. Not a bad reward. We always check out the leverage in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two basic kings of the crypto market, the two leaders. We can see that the leverage is coming out. It's coming back a little bit at the moment. In the futures market, we have a predominance of longs, but there are some shorts developing for Bitcoin in the futures market. We can see going forward in time, things are basically long at the moment, but we know with options how quickly that can change. Let's check out Bitcoin options. We can see for the expiration at August 27th, there's 18,507.9 total open interest. Max pain price is 36,000, same as it was yesterday. Let's have a look at Ethereum's price action. Ethereum is currently trading at 25.85. It has structural resistance above at 26.09 and normal resistance at 26.79. Support below at 25.48 and 2500. It's doing really, really well. It's got a very strong uptrend. You can see that fresh air above the line, like we just talked about in episode 160 when we went through 96 alts together. Wow, what an effort that was. What we did for Bitcoin we'll just do for Ethereum as well. Let's just bring it down. Look at the transactions, past 24 hours, 1.2 million transactions. Average transactions per hour, 50,439. $5.8 billion worth of Ethereum were sent in the last 24 hours. Average Ethereum sent per hour, 242 million. Average transaction value, $4,802. Pretty cool. Let's have a look down here. The reward over the last 24 hours, nearly $47 million. We look at this data because it will become more and more relevant to you as we progress through. It's really, I'm just layering the understanding in here, level by level, layer by layer, just getting you familiar with different things. Looking at Ethereum's estimated leverage ratio, we have an increase. It dipped down, it's on the uptake again. More leverage is entering the market. Looking at the ETH futures market, predominantly long in terms of perpetuals. We can see a different picture. Upcoming futures are short. Looking at options for Ethereum, there's total open interest of 132,778 with a maxpain price, the price at which most options expire worthless, at $2,200, the same as yesterday. Over the past 24 hours, $211.96 million worth of liquidations occurred to 43,939 traders. That's pretty light. To get a really big change of direction, we want larger liquidation levels, as weird as that sounds. Over the past 12 hours, about 79% of liquidations were short. When we look at these liquidations, we really want to see liquidations in the billions, because that hammers in a change of trend. We can see that the liquidations are really quite low, which is not surprising because it's literally the weekend. That's pretty cool. We can see a lot of short liquidations back here and some long liquidations coming through. Turning to psychological safety and liquidations, it's really important to always think about this. When you buy on the way up, who is selling? When you sell on the way down, who is buying? This is perhaps the best chart to explain why it's really important, even if you invest, to have a trading mindset, especially an institutional one. When a lot of people get into trading for the first time, they're very motivated by fear. It can keep them awake at night, which is a horrible place to be. Everybody's been there who is an investor and a trader at one point or another. The issue now is that we're starting to see an uptick in price like this. This uptick, we know price is always moving in a wave. It's waving up and it's waving down. We see the fear and greed index going to 60, the same as it was yesterday. That is greed. Let's just keep our eye on this. It's possible that the news coming through about, for example, the taxes on crypto could cause people to take profit. But it's very, very normal for price to move in a wave. You don't ever see price going in a straight line, either up or down. It is always moving in a wave. The stablecoin supply ratio SSR oscillator is currently exhibiting that stablecoins are being deployed into Bitcoin. It's really important to understand that bull markets climb a wall of fear. Now, what does that really mean? This is a real hidden gem for you. It's really fearful to be inside bull markets. There's so much FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, combined with so much FOMO, fear of missing out, that it can rattle most people. And crypto is incredibly volatile. It's like 10 times more volatile than the stock market, and the stock market is pretty volatile. There is potentially a Department of Justice investigation into USDT, which is the largest stablecoin in the market at the moment. We're looking at the 1 month chart of circulating supply. We notice USDT is going down. The second largest coin, stablecoin, is USDC. That is coming up in value. BUSD, the third largest, is coming up in value, and DAI is coming up in value. These are important things to note. If we have a flight to safety from USDT to the other stable coins or fiat, it's going to show here first. Everything I do is to give you an early warning system on what could happen to crypto, because crypto is very volatile. I could sit back and say everything is fine, just invest, you know it's all going to go up, and that's one position, but I don't think it's a very responsible position. I prefer to let you know what I see. If we get any problems with USDT, it's going to show in the perpetuals and the futures market by a lot of shorting. Right now in the perpetuals, things look fine. There is a degree of shorting, but this is really low volume and low open interest. We would expect billions of dollars there. That's not happening right now. Everything is fine, but we're keeping an eye on things. That's just a responsible thing to do. The top 7 cryptos: Bitcoin, Ethereum, THETA, Binance Coin, Cardano, XRP, and DOGE. It's good that USDC has dropped out of the list. That's actually what we want. Let's have a look at the top 24-hour percent gainers. Quant, Coin, the graph, Polkadot, Anchor, Kasama, IOTA. In the previous episode, we went through 96 different alts. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Let's have a look at the highest percent losses over the past 24 hours. Flow, Axie Infinity, Neo, QTUM, Stacks, AMP, and Nexo. What about the 7-day greatest gainers in percent? Rune, Quant, Coin, Anchor, Neo, AMP, and Luna. Let's have a look the other way. Largest losses: T-Fuel, MDX, THETA, stablecoins. Stablecoins we don't worry too much about. Looking at Binance derivatives, there were 24-hour trading volume was 48.3 billion. 24-hour open interest about 7.5 billion. Let's look at these percentages. Now we can see the interest starting to come out of the market. That's why we look at it. Ooh, look at ETH. Interest going into the market. Let's look at the other ones. We're looking particularly for double percent gainers. DOT 12.5%. What else is cooking? GRT 13.1%. SC, Coin 18.3%, KSM 10.1%, Alpha 11.3%. What else is here? What other goodies can we find? Anchor 11.8%, Ocean 12.2%, Unfi 11%, GTC 17.5%. That just shows you the power of buying interest. It's a pretty cool thing to know. That's a real gem. Understanding this stuff is fantastic. Thank you to everyone in the community for reaching out and sharing their thoughts on the previous episodes. Rule 33, never buy at market. There were some really beautiful comments within the community about buying at market and now just letting price come to you. As soon as you understand that price moves in a wave and you move past fear, uncertainty and doubt, and fear of missing out, and you just create a bit of a system to buy at support. Don't worry about selling for the moment. Maybe sell at resistance, just forget about that. Buy at support is what you want to do. You just want to lower your average buy price. Binance Coin is currently trading at 339.35. It's heading up towards this structural resistance that will come into play at 345.93. Resistance above is also at 358. Support below 327.48 and 318.46. I'd like to try and help you to rewire your brain. Rule 307. Excitement is a delayed fill. What's a delayed fill? Here, have a look at THETA. That might help us out. THETA is currently trading at 135.52. Support below at 133.43 and 131.15. Resistance above at 137.43 and 140.06. Now, what is a delayed fill? A delayed fill of a buy order is you put the buys down at support. If you were interested to go into Cardano, and that's absolutely up to you, but if you wanted to go in, you realistically, if you want to get really, really excited, the lower you put the buy order in, the more exciting it is. What if it whips down here and fills it up? Wow, you're a legend. And if it whipped down to here and filled it up, that's fantastic. That's so exciting. But it's a long way down. You might think, well, maybe I'll just put it a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. All of these reductions in the average buy price add up to incredible profits over the long term. Just if you're not a trader and you don't know about trading, maybe just seek to focus on dollar cost averaging, just layer buying and reducing your overall buy price. XRP has been doing really well. There's a lot of very excited XRP holders right now. Fantastic, well done. XRP is currently trading at 75.51, resistance above 77.37 and 7900. Support below at 73.85 and 71.49. I noticed on Twitter there was so much excitement around XRP. It's like, man, this thing is going to the moon. It's never going to be this low again. You know, it's interesting. If Bitcoin sells off, we know that the gravity of Bitcoin will drag XRP down with it, but not for long. I think all of this fear, uncertainty, and doubt is going to be fairly short-lived, but it could give you an amazing opportunity to collect more at a better price. If you're in XRP, if you want to get into it and lower your average buy price, you have all these support buys below it. For example, 73.85, 71.49, 68.99, 67.40, 65.60, 63.17. They're all very good potential places. When you look at this, please make sure that your transaction costs are not too exorbitant. You don't want to get eaten alive by fees. That's a really important gem to keep in mind. DOGE is currently trading at 210.42. It has support below at 19,990 and 18,753. Resistance above at 22,200 and 23,393. Rule 9 is really important. Experts do not know your needs. You're incredibly unique. You're ultimately unique as a human being. You have different financial requirements. You may be putting money into the market that you may need to pay the rent or the mortgage with. It could be very, very scary, especially if that money is critical to your survival. There are so many things to understand. Experts do not know your needs. It's really important to keep this in mind. Always do lots and lots of research. And when you go to pull the trigger, pull it with mindfulness, knowing you must be 100% responsible for the outcome. Now, I say this because it's really important. If you are 100% responsible, you can do something about it. If somebody else is responsible, you can't. It's very empowering to know that you can learn and grow, adjust, and change. Let's have a look at Polkadot. Polkadot, look at it, it's on an absolute tear. That strong structure that we saw last time has continued. It just ate that structural resistance for breakfast. Pretty impressive. Well done, DOT holders. DOT is currently trading at 18,327. It has resistance above at 18,880 and 19,569. Support below at 17,704 and 17,297. Rule 56. Don't seek tops or bottoms. I know I talk a lot about this rule. It's because I'm trying to help you with your psychology. If you seek a top, what you're trying to do is get every single last cent, every dollar out of something. That can be very expensive. If you try to buy a bottom, that is also very difficult. You only know a top is in after it has been hammered in. You only know a bottom is in after it has been hammered in. It's really important. You can't time travel. You can't know. It's all probabilities. If anyone ever says to you, you should have known. No, you shouldn't. If you should have known, just go grab a lottery ticket and pick next week's lotto numbers. That we just can't do it. We can only go on probabilities. Don't let anyone ever make you feel inadequate or upset because you can't pick the lotto numbers from next week's draw. The truth is, neither can they. Let's have a look at Chainlink. Link is currently 22,633. It's done very well. Look at that power it's exhibiting. Very impressive. It has resistance above at 23,132 and 23,654. It has support below at 22,348 and 21,807. Previously, when I talk about strength, this is the kind of strength that I'm talking about. You see that fresh air there above this particular support line. That is fresh air that makes you a lot of money. We talked about that in episode 160 when we looked through those 96 alts to understand patterns and groupings. I hope this helps. This is a real beautiful little gem for you to understand. Let's have a look at THETA. THETA is currently trading at 6,096. It has support below at 5,816 and 5,374. Resistance above at 6,490 and 6,779. I hope you found the content useful. Everything I do for you is free. Please be aware of scammers. A big thank you to our moderators for keeping our community safe. You're wonderful people. Thanks so much. And for all the new people that are joining and all the community members making comments, it's just beautiful to read your comments. We are so blessed in this community. Thank you. I do these videos to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Let's just check out Ethereum. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from. And of course, if you have any questions, if you would like updates 7 days a week on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. And you can join us on Facebook and Discord and follow me on Twitter. All of these groups are free. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.